The amazing Lisa Cooke!
Good morning, everyone. Wow, what an incredible event we're having already today, and what a treat we've got in store for the rest of today. Thank you to Stu, our incredible MVP. It is massively appreciated you putting on this day for us all, I know. So I was absolutely over the moon to be asked to speak today, and totally privileged to share my story, if not slightly stumped, because I wasn't sure I actually had anything particularly exciting to say. I'm actually feeling very emotional to be back here at this amazing event, as the last time we were in this room, on Sunday the 1st of November, I'd achieved area qual a matter of hours earlier, on the stroke of 10 p.m. I hadn't slept all night. I sat here most of the day in disbelief and thinking, oh my goodness, I've got to do it all over again now to complete. But it was never a question. I was always going to complete, and I was definitely going to that Christmas party. And what a fabulous time we had. So I'm Lisa, I'm married to Simon, and I'm mummy to gorgeous girl Edie, who's 3, and a beautiful boy Artie, who's nearly 9 months. And here we are. So my background is in banking. I went through high school being Little Miss Average, never excelled greatly at anything, but was a good solid grade B/C student, which was much to some teachers' dismay, as I'd been happiest sat at the back of the class having a little chat with my mates. I went to college, where I spent most time in the common room than anywhere else. I wasn't studious, had no desire to be there or learn, and I had no idea what career path I was going to go down. So after leaving college, I started the step on my career ladder, taking a job at head office of a major high street bank. Being ambitious and willing to work hard, so I had more money to hit the shops. I worked my way up quite nicely. But the more I progressed in my career, the expectation increased to travel up and down the country. For years, I spent Monday to Thursday living out of a hotel, which sounds quite glamorous. But eating out at restaurants every evening, my waistline certainly wasn't. So when I was expecting my first child, I knew this wasn't the lifestyle I wanted for my new family. Whilst on maternity leave, this is when I really started to soul search for what my calling was. I wanted a career which paid really well, but would also give me the time I wanted to spend with my family. Surely it couldn't be that hard. I would try and think of what I could come up with so I didn't have to return to work, so I could be with my family when I wanted to be, do the school run, go on holiday when we wanted to, and not in a job when someone dictated all of this to me. I even used to try and come up with inventions to go on Dragon's Den. But you guessed it, nothing. I had no degrees, qualifications, nor a bottomless pit of money to start a business. So what was I going to do? I returned back to my banking job, part-time, and would spend every hour of every day I was there thinking to myself, there has got to be more to life than this. Now, there's lots of parents that would like a lifestyle to spend as much time as possible with their children, but there was a deeper reason for me feeling so passionate about this. A major effect on this desire in my life is due to a life-changing event which turned our family upside down when I was just 5 years old. I still remember the knock at the door from the police and being shuttled into the kitchen with my sister and older cousins to be temporarily sheltered from hearing the news. Incredibly, when we got back to school on Monday morning, I captured what had happened in my news book, where we'd always write and draw a little picture of what we'd been up to at the weekend. Hopefully everyone can see that. So from thereafter, my memories are of every day being scared to leave my mum's side in case she was taken away from us too. I grew up with my mum dedicating her life to me and my sister to give us the best possible upbringing. She had no career, she didn't have a social life. Her life was us. Looking back now as a mum myself, I'm in absolute awe of the job she did, and have the utmost respect for all single parents out there. So me and my husband find ourselves in our 30s now with a young family of our own, just like my mum and dad were in their 30s with their family, me and my older sister. Thinking of it like that, it puts a little perspective on things, to be grateful for what you have, as you never know when that carpet is going to be pulled from beneath you. I wanted to give my children an upbringing with our presence, choices and not being limited by what we could afford, what holidays we could take them on, living in the moment because you never know what twist and turn life is going to take. So then I heard about Arbonne through a friend of a relative. I went along to a business launch, pretty sceptical, but intrigued to hear what it was all going to be about. So what did I think? This is it, I'm going to do it. This is my opportunity. Until I got home, told my husband, family and work friends at the office the next day, whom all thought I'd lost the plot. So slightly deflated, I decided I was going to be at the day job a bit longer. It was in them following few months that I had 3 out of the blue exposures to different network marketing companies. What were the chances of this? I've gone 31 years not knowing what a network marketing company was, and then came along 3 in the space of 6 months. What I didn't quite realise then, but that I know now, was that it's a sign, the universe, and meant to be. One of these experiences was my husband springing on me that we had a guy he knew coming round to help us save some money on our utility bills. He explained the business model, that they didn't pay for advertising and marketing, therefore pass the saving on to their customers. Genius, I thought, similar to that Arbonne then. This made me realise it was actually a genuine business model. It wasn't some dodgy company. Oh, just lost my place. Sorry, just lost my place, technology. It wasn't some dodgy company, and thought to myself, oh, maybe I best have a look at this business model a bit closer. I was absolutely sold on the concept and the ability to earn a passing reoccurring income similar to having a portfolio of properties which we were getting paid rent on every month. It was just a no-brainer. So this was what made me jump in, you might think. Nope, I told my husband he should do it, so he did. Meanwhile, whilst watching him grow his network marketing business and being really tempted to join, but in truth, totally scared, I thought, well, I'll try the product. I've got awful skin. I've tried everything under the sun with no improvement, so what have I got to lose? I became a PC, which was now 6 months after attending that business launch. Lesson 1. If someone doesn't jump on board on day 1, don't be disheartened. If my sponsor hadn't kept in contact with me and kept on my radar, this would never have happened. So I obviously loved the products, my skin totally changed, and when I ran out of excuses because I was telling everyone how amazing the products were anyway, I eventually signed up the following month, July 2014. I'm not going to lie, I actually thought when I first started this business I was going to breeze it. But guess what? My friends didn't join my business. Some thought I'd lost the plot, wondering why I'd do such a thing when I had a good job in banking. My family didn't join either, and to say some people were not supportive would be an understatement. But guess what? That just spurred me on. I was in this business for the long haul. It's a marathon, not a sprint after all. So it's a proven system, yeah? All I need to do is follow that. I attended everything, because as we all know, you'll only progress in this business if you do. I did one-to-ones, Discover Arbonnes, product drops, the odd product party. I was a bit too cool for school to hold them. From the start, I made a commitment to myself to remain in District Manager Qual until it all came together, the compound effect kicked in, and my efforts be rewarded. And they did. 7 months into my business, I became District Manager, by which point I was 5 months pregnant with baby number 2, and just looking forward to being off from the day job to give me more time to build my business. Not really taking into account the newborn. So I stayed at District, had my baby and wanted to do more, but if I'm being honest, wasn't in enough activity to take my business to the next level. I had attended my first AAC only 2 months into my business. I always told myself I'd be walking the stage at the next AAC as area manager. However, when that came round, I was barely maintaining my central district. I knew it was time I had to up my game. I was still loving it. It was going well, doing daily activity, but I was far from setting the world alight. I made the decision. To be honest, I thought I'd made it previously, but this time I knew it was the real deal. I got to work on my income producing activity, and at the end of the month, did my QVs and paycheck reflect that? Not really. I hit a massive low and had my first pity party. I started to evaluate everything, and then it actually struck me. All this personal development that people harped on about, I hadn't really taken it that seriously. I read a few things, yep, get that, and didn't really bother with it a whole lot more. Until one night in training, Stu said, if you haven't watched The Secret, get it on YouTube. So I thought, what have I got to lose? Get over yourself, Lisa. Let's give it a go and see if it makes a difference. Only then I can hand on heart say I followed everything that was being asked of me to make this business a success. So if that's you too, listen up. I started to get up before the kids woke every morning and spent time with affirmations, reading, listening to audios and watching my why video. I also asked for a get-together with Stu and we spoke about what I needed to do differently. This was it. October 2015 was going to be my month for going area qual, and I got to work like never before. It was head down, get to work on myself as well as the income producing activity, and guess what? 2 yeses in the space of a week without them even trying any products. What had changed then? My belief, my confidence, my positivity, and I started to make it about them and how it could impact them instead of just me telling them about what it's doing for me. So to those who've yet to only have a little dabble in this recommended reading and audios, do it. Believe it from me, the difference in yourself and in your business is unreal. So midway through October, were the QVs what I needed them to be? No. Was I about to give up like I had every other month and think, never mind, there's always next month? Never. This time I was keeping going to the death. I woke up on the 31st of October with 5,000 QV still to find, and so I got to work. I started the day with a charity product event. Halloween got cancelled in my house. My husband kept the kids entertained all day and I didn't lift my head up from the laptop or get my ear off the phone, literally. At 10 p.m, the last few items were going through. It was such a team effort. We felt sick, emotionally exhausted, but guess what? We'd done it. Phoning Stu that night and him saying, "You've done what? Where did that come from?" It was the best feeling ever. November came, the compound effect kicked in, the team continued to grow and we completed area with days to spare. It was very poignant to me for the reasons I've spoken about that my business was now willable. Massive shout out to the Cooke area. Love you all. Can't wait for us to be a region and be the proof in Wales that this business works if you work it. So I tell you this to prove anything is possible if you make this decision and believe. Slide. Whether that's to improve your paycheck, go for that promotion or incentive trip, whatever your goal, all you have to do is make the decision, believe, roll up them sleeves and get to work. Your mindset will be the difference between triumph or failure. So true. So tip number 1, this business isn't just about building a team. It's about building rapport and committing to helping people change their lives. It isn't about the products we sell. The fact they're the best on the planet is just an added bonus. It's what we have to offer. This is a gift, a vehicle that others can use to fulfill whatever dreams they have. When you make it about others instead of you, things fall into place. Number 2, set yourself huge goals and don't give up until that last second. It's easy to say, in 2018, I'm going to reach the top level of this company, isn't it? We can all do that. It's far enough away that it doesn't feel too scary and you've got plenty of time to make it happen. I want you to think about your goal and the deadline you've set yourself to achieve it. Does it make you feel scary? Bring the deadline forward a month and keep going until you get that sick feeling, because if your goals don't scare you, they're not big enough. Believe you can achieve them with all of your might. Worst case scenario, you fall short, but guess what? You still win as you end up with a bigger paycheck and so much momentum that you'd ever achieved had your goal have been less. Number 3, be true to yourself. If your business isn't growing as fast as you want, take time to analyse why and speak with your upline for help. Number 4, be clear on your why, your reason for doing this business, and remind yourself every day. Without this, it's easy to get distracted and put off that reading or activity to get you closer to what you want to achieve. When I get to bed at midnight, I'm up in the night multiple times with a teething baby. Is it easy to get up at 6 a.m. to do my miracle morning? No. But why do I? Because I remember the reason I'm doing it, to provide for my family, to not have to pursue my banking career any further. Does everyone understand this? No. But is it them paying my bills or missing out on their children doing an unfulfilling job? No, it's not. My vision going forward is to prove that network marketing can be the credible and classy industry to the outside world that we all know it to be, which in our case is full of the very best people I've ever met. I now have huge plans for the future, and I'm on a mission to help as many people as possible achieve their goals and dreams too, ones they never ever thought possible. And one final thought: people will stare, so make it worth their while. Thank you for listening.